Hello, my name is Kate Armstrong and I work in interpretation and content development at the Museum of Australian Democracy at Old Parliament House. Our team interprets the history of this building when it was the home of Australia's federal parliament. A space where some of the country's biggest decisions were made is right here in the Government Party Room. This room has been recreated to evoke the mid-1960s and the time of Australia's longest-serving Prime Minister, Robert Menzies. As part of the project, we listened to oral histories and looked through image archives to recreate the space. We pulled together objects from the museum's collection and also found era-appropriate pieces online and in antique shops, making sure everything fits into the 1960s.
My name's Gillian Mitchell and I run a conservation and restoration company called Conservation Works. In the room we've focused on a detailed clean of all of the furniture and then repairs to that furniture. So that has ranged from where there are tears in leather upholstery. It also has involved touching in gouges and damage and splinters to the timber work on the furniture. I've also done an investigation on the history of the paint layers in this space because the opportunity to repaint this room now, we'd like to do so in authentic heritage colours. So I do that by cutting little holes into the surface of the wall with a scalpel and then I look at it with a microscope. The intent is to present the room as it was in 1963 and the photographic evidence shows that the picture rail in the room at that stage was a raw timber finish and it's been painted over more recently. So I'm creating a faux timber finish on the top of that rail to make it look the same as it was in 1963. When I've been doing the detailed clean and careful touch-in on the furniture, there were all of these dark marks that wouldn't clean off and they were quite odd. They were sort of charcoaly and black and a bit rough. And it took me a while to realise that they're actually cigarette burn marks. So when all the politicians were in here smoking and stubbing out their butts on the furniture. So they don't come off and I wouldn't clean them off even if I could now that I know what they are, because that is technically damage, but it's also part of the historic stories. Old Parliament House in a broad sense to me is like a treasure trove of 20th century materials. So just noticing all of those details about the materials in the room and how they've changed across time is the part that I enjoy.
The Government Party Room is one of many spaces in this building where you can step back in time to periods in Australia's political and parliamentary history. By revitalising this room, we're doing our part to preserve our history so Australians can understand their past and shape their future. We look forward to seeing you soon.